It always goes off at the most critical time. I'm sorry, folks. But anyway, where you want to go, right here, right underneath the eyelid here, you want to just kind of push down a little bit, get a little bit of a deeper cut right there at the corner, and you want to just kind of take that out, okay? Alright, just like so. So you're going to follow this up and around, and then what you're going to do is you're going to do your bottom. I'm going to have to do this back here because I can't see it. It's very difficult to do these when you have limited light, because I don't have it as bright as I normally do in the shop anymore, and it's harder for me to see it. I think I'm aging. I think that's part of the problem here. But count your blessings so you can see well. It really does. Okay, there's our eye. Okay, see it? Now I'm going to do the other eyelid, exactly with the eyelid, exactly the same way. That's all I'm going to do to the face for now. We're going to put the mustache in a little bit later. The next thing we're going to do, and I'll do that eye when I get off of this segment of the taping. The next thing we're going to do here, we're going to follow this line. Like this is supposed to be his cap right here. I'm going to redefine that just a little bit more. So I want to make sure we know which is the cap and which is the band going around. And that's just a matter of cutting it off and going around a little bit. Just like so. Okay? Okay, so you're going almost to side with it. Alright? So what we're going to do is we're going to put a line across. We're going to follow this all the way around again. And we're going to give it just a little bit of a V cut. I'm going to do from the top first, or you can do from the bottom, whichever is more comfortable for you. Okay. Then I'm going to go from the other side. You can do this with a V tool as well. If you want to save a little bit of time, you can certainly do that. Okay, see how that just redefines the hat a little bit more? And I'll be fussing with that and cleaning it up as we go. Now, of course, I think, I have to look it up, I think there's like a little round button on either side. I think I'll put that in. Has a little added detail to it. And the next thing we're going to do here is we're going to bring this up just a little bit more. Okay. And we're going to put some, the hat should be round at the top here. Let's get this rounded up a little bit more. And you can take a V tool, or you can take your knife and do this. I am going to choose to do the V tool because it's just a little cleaner and crisper. I want to show you the tools that I use for that. This is Dockyard Tools. This is the Gouges V G3, 2, 15, G5, G4. That was in a set. And then V15, V2, I think that's a 2. Is that a 2? Yes. A V3, and I think that's a 7.5V, or yeah, I think that's what it is. So these are the ones that I use a lot of, and they're very, very small, very hard to sharpen. I had a little I try to grind one of my B tools, and I'm learning some of this stuff as well. Even being in carving as long as I have, it takes a while to learn this stuff. So you know, don't hesitate to try something new. I certainly try my hand at things for the most part, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sharpen this up. What I do is I take the V tool and I lay it flat, okay, the flat side down, and I just kind of take it maybe 3 times on one side, 3 times on another side, and then there's an edge here that is just enough of an edge that I can just bring it down slowly, not real hard, just kind of bring it down. And then I'll do this one more time. And you can put some pressure on it. If you're going to put pressure on it, don't do it from the handle. Do it with your finger on the blade, or on the on the tool, simply because you don't want to bend it up in the handle, you know. And use common sense, folks, when you do this kind of stuff, really. You know, it's a lot of it's okay. What we're going to do here is I'm going to cut out the top. So this is a little tricky. Your tool really needs to be super sharp. If it's not super sharp, then I do it with a knife. But you can soak it up, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to follow this around a little bit. Okay, see how it's coming up? Now you can hollow that out if you want, make that completely lower. That is up to you. Either way is fine. I think I'm going to just leave, well actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this knife and I'm just going to kind of flatten out the inside. That will make it look like it's a little lower than the other. See how nice it cuts? And this is going across the grain, you know, so there we go. Alright, perfect. That's great. I'm happy with that. Okay, now if you want to make it more distinct, you just take your knife down in there and then bring it up again. I might redefine it just a little bit more a little bit later, but that will teach you how to do that. And if you want, you can put just a little bit, take a little bit of that hard edge off the top. Nothing's ever perfectly square for the most part. Okay, so there's the hat. The other thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put a couple of folds in it. So right here, right in the corner here, we're going to put, yeah, I have the markings there already. We're just going to put this down and we're going to just put a couple of folds in, just like so. Alright, and another one. And just be careful when you do this. You can do a little bit at a time and then make them a little bit longer if you want. Alright, there you go. And I'll do the same thing to the other side. Put a couple folds in. I love putting folds in these clothing and stuff. It just adds so much to your piece when you do that. It really does. Now there's insignias that you can put on the hat if you want to do that, in the front or on the very top. I'll debate whether I'm going to do that or not yet, but I'm pretty happy with the way it's turned out, and I think I'm going to leave it as it is for now. And if I decide to come back and put a little extra on it, I certainly will. Now the next thing is going to be the ears. Okay,